Friend, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath and look around you. The world is in constant motion, a river of events, emotions, and changes that sweep us along, whether we wish it or not. Sometimes it feels as if we are leaves caught in a storm, powerless to resist the winds of fate. Wars rage, illnesses strike, loved ones are lost, dreams are shattered, and injustice seems to reign. In such moments, it is easy to feel overwhelmed, to believe that we are at the mercy of forces far greater than ourselves. But let me remind you, you are not powerless. You are not merely a victim of circumstance. The Stoics, those ancient seekers of wisdom, faced a world as uncertain and turbulent as ours. Their lives were marked by exile, slavery, betrayal, and loss. Yet from the heart of their suffering, they discovered a profound truth. While we cannot control what happens to us, we can always control how we respond. It's not things that disturb people, but their judgments about things, said Epictetus. This simple statement contains a world of wisdom. The rain falls, the wind blows, people come and go, fortunes rise and fall. These are facts of life, indifferent to our wishes. But our minds, our judgments, our interpretations, these are within our power. We cannot command the storm to cease, but we can choose whether to curse the rain or to find beauty in the sound of water on the roof. Marcus Aurelius, emperor of Rome and philosopher, wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Imagine the weight of empire on his shoulders, the constant threat of war, betrayal, and death. Yet in the quiet of his study, he reminded himself, and us, that true power lies not in armies or riches, but in the mastery of our own thoughts. This is not an easy lesson. It is tempting to believe that happiness depends on the world conforming to our desires. We want health, success, love, and security. We want the people around us to behave as we wish, the future to unfold according to our plans. But life is not so accommodating. The Stoics teach us to accept this, not with resignation, but with courage and grace. Seneca, another great Stoic, wrote, "Fate leads the willing and drags along the reluctant. Life will carry us forward, whether we go willingly or resist with all our might. The wise person learns to move with the current, to accept what cannot be changed, and to focus their energy on what is truly within their control." The Stoics practiced memento mori, remember that you will die. This is not a morbid obsession, but a call to cherish every moment. When you remember that life is finite, you stop wasting time on trivialities, on grudges, on anxieties about things beyond your reach. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This is not a summons to despair, but an invitation to live with full presence, with love, with gratitude. Seek peace in simple things. The Stoics found joy in the ordinary, a cup of water, a ray of sunlight, a kind word. When the world feels chaotic, return to what is simple and true. Be grateful for what you have. Find beauty in the everyday. Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." True wealth is not measured by possessions, but by contentment. Support others and accept support. The Stoics believed in the power of community. We are all part of humanity, all connected by invisible threads of compassion and duty. When you are struggling, do not isolate yourself. Speak to a friend. Offer help to someone in need. By lifting others, you lift yourself. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "We are made for cooperation, like feet, like hands, like eyelids." Remember, you are not alone. Even in the darkest times, there is something to be grateful for. The Stoics advise recalling 3 things you are grateful for each day. This simple practice shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is present. Gratitude is the key to peace, It helps you see the light, even in the midst of darkness. Nothing lasts forever. Both joy and pain, everything passes. When you are suffering, remind yourself, this too shall pass. When you are happy, savor the moment, for it is fleeting. The Stoics taught, life is a river. Do not cling to anything. Go with the flow, but steer your own boat. Accept the impermanence of all things, and you will find freedom. But let us go deeper still. The Stoics did not deny the reality of pain, loss, or injustice. They did not pretend that suffering does not exist. Instead, they taught us to face suffering with courage, to transform adversity into strength. Epictetus, born a slave, crippled by his master, became one of the greatest teachers of resilience. He wrote, difficulties are things that show a person what they are. When life tests you, it is not to break you, but to reveal your true character. Ask yourself, what kind of person do you wish to be, regardless of what happens around you? Do you wish to be kind, honest, brave, compassionate? These virtues are always within your reach, no matter how chaotic the world becomes. The Stoics called this living in accordance with nature, not the nature of the world, but the nature of your own soul. You cannot control the actions of others, the whims of fate, or the passage of time, but you can always choose to act with integrity, to speak with kindness, to meet adversity with dignity. There will be days when you falter, when anger or fear gets the better of you. This is human. The Stoics were not saints, but students of life. When you stumble, forgive yourself. Begin again. Marcus Aurelius wrote, when you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Each day is a new opportunity to practice wisdom, to grow in strength and compassion. Remember, too, that your mind is a garden. What you plant there will grow. If you sow seeds of bitterness, resentment, and fear, your life will be choked by weeds. But if you cultivate gratitude, patience, and understanding, your soul will flourish, even in the harshest conditions. Seneca wrote, as is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters. Focus not on the length of your days, but on their quality. The Stoics also remind us to prepare for adversity, not with dread, but with readiness. This practice, called premeditatio malorum, is the art of imagining possible misfortunes, not to invite them, but to lessen their sting if they come. When you consider that loss, illness, or disappointment are part of the human experience, you are less likely to be shattered when they arrive. Instead, you meet them as old acquaintances, prepared to greet them with calm. And yet, do not let the fear of loss rob you of joy. The Stoics teach us to love what we have while we have it without clinging. Marcus Aurelius wrote, when you have the opportunity to be kind, do not delay, for you do not know how long you will have the chance. Cherish your loved ones, savor your blessings, but hold them lightly, knowing that all things are borrowed from fate. In moments of despair, when the world seems dark and hope is hard to find, remember that you are part of something greater. The Stoics believed in the unity of all things, in the order of the cosmos. You are a thread in the vast tapestry of existence, connected to every other being by bonds of reason and love. Your actions matter, not only to yourself, but to the whole. So, friend, when you feel powerless, when the world seems out of control, return to the wisdom of the Stoics. Accept what you cannot change. Focus on what is within your power, your thoughts, your actions, your character. Live each day with presence, with gratitude, with courage. Support others and allow yourself to be supported. Find peace in simplicity, in kindness, in the beauty of the present moment. You cannot control the world, but you can control yourself. You can choose peace even in the midst of chaos. Remember the words of the Stoics. Accept life as it is. Act with dignity, love, be grateful, and you will find a peace that does not depend on circumstances, a peace that is yours always within your own heart. You are stronger than you think, and you are not alone.